Okay, take two. This is my next attempt at making my review for an educator. I purchased a product um, from them, and we're just going to go through and see what prompted me to want to buy this product. And then we'll look at the results of me buying this product and what I actually got. So they typically send out some advertisements about their product and how to utilize it and all this other good stuff. And of course, you fall for FOMO because you're like, oh, this is a great product. I gotta get it. Um, and so I ended up getting it, and it is supposed to be automated trading, right? Make sure this is the right one so that we can all watch this video and kind of see what, draws you to it. Okay, so this is like one of them. So the one I got is the actual upgraded version of it. So I had another product and I exchanged it for that. So we'll watch that. Then we'll see the actual product and how it works. So let me just screen share. Okay, so this is the email that they sent out, right? So it goes through and it talks about the code and how you can make, since January 1st, it allows you to return on one contract, you could have made $50,000 off one contract from this period. And just three contracts, you could have made that. And then 5 contracts, you could make that within a year. Everything's a possibility. And then 10 contracts, right? So they go through, and then here's the kicker. They talk about all of this. And so then he was like, back test everything. You can optimize, do all of that other good stuff. And so I was like, okay, this seems really nice. Gives you all this other stuff. I haven't even seen any of this. I guess that gives you an idea. Okay, so this is what, we always see, right? So this looks like, the same. It gives the NASDAQ. You can trade off 1 minute chart, but don't trade off the 1 minute chart. Oh, and it goes through, it talks about gold, and it talks about, crude oil. And we're just going to stick with the S&P and NASDAQ today because I let the computer run for 2 hours for the S&P and the NASDAQ. The S&P came back with one trade for $100, and the NASDAQ picked up no trades at all. So we go through this and we talk about potentials and all of that good stuff. So all of this looks great, right? Like you can do one contract and make this kind of money. Of course, all this other stuff. So it's called the, Eternal Fractal Trading Edge. And it goes through all that and all of this that you get into it. And it's great. And then, they talk about all this other stuff that you get with it. So, it takes out the second guessing. And I am first, second, and third guessing. And you go through all this, another gift. I don't know what that is. 12 months private term. Yeah, okay. Going through all of this great stuff that you can do. And of course, this is my favorite part. If you don't like it, you can always exchange it. And I've exchanged a couple of things. So talk about how much it is, yada, yada, yada. And then the whole value. And then, it's $297. But I got the upgrade, so I have a different one. But this is cool. This is part of the package, and it's great, right? So that's the invite. You buy it. You're all excited like a kid in a candy shop. You're like, yeah, I got it, right? So this one is the upgrade one, but it does come with the strategy. So I go through, it gives you 3 automated strategies. I did go through the white glove service and, I'd already pretty much installed it all. We did see that it gave like a backwards trade, but we were like, that's probably not right, kind of ignored it. We were not able to backtest it and market replay. And I was told that you couldn't do it in market replay because it has to be live. So I did the live sim today just to see how it worked, and that didn't work out too well. So I have market stretch. I haven't even tried it, right? But we do the S&P income strategizer, and we did the fractal trader. So these are the two that I put on today. This one came back with $100 in 2 hours, and this one came back with nothing, right? So I've loaded it up. I've gone through it, and this is the fractal on the NQ, 5 minutes. And so I loaded it up and turned it on. So I go to strategies, I add it, I enable it so that I make sure that it's running and it's all set. And then I click apply. So initially, like I said, you can't back test it in market replay. So you have to do it this way. And so I was like, okay, well, let me just look at historical. And so historical, and it's 45% of the time. And this is from January 7th through 6/21. So overall, consecutive winners is 4, consecutive losers is 5. You get 24 winning trades, 29 losing trades overall. Your average loss is 500 because that is your stop loss. Your largest win is 1,000 because that's your target price. These should be subjective to accounts, right? So that's just one thing. Like if I don't want to lose $500, I should be able to modify that. If I don't hit $1,000, then I should be able to modify that. Like maybe I just want 250 out of the market and 300. And then as I begin to trust the product, then maybe I increase it to 1,000, because 1,000 a day keeps the job away, right? So this is the summary of for 6 months. So I wanted to go through and like literally look and see what kind of trades. Because today, of course, I told you I let it run for 2 hours from 10 to about 2, from 10 to 12, and it gave no trades at all. No trades, even though, but no trades. It's cool. So I'm just going to go and scan and see where we can find a trade, right? So the first time I see a trade made is going to be the other day, and this is a short. This is, we're on 5-minute chart, but clearly this is a trading range. This is a range, right? So you can see, this is the top. And this is the bottom. So, right. So this is all the market's done. Like literally, don't trade this. The opportunity to get in would have been when it broke, right? Retest. And it didn't go back down, but it went back up. Okay. So, and it ranged the rest of the time. That just sucks. Like, no. That would have been out, catch this, and that's it. But they got short, of course, in the middle of the alleyway. Like, you're going to get short from the bottom, right? I mean, get short from the top, and then, go down to the bottom. But neither here nor there. So this trade stopped at a stop loss, so that didn't work out. And keep scanning and going through, and let's see. I recorded this one time already, and I wasn't screen sharing, so I want to make sure I'm still screen sharing, and we're still recording. Yeah, so we're gonna go scroll through. Market's going down, but of course, there's no trade. There's no trade in here. Okay, so we finally get a trade in, and that's a profitable trade. That looks good, right? And okay, that's a profitable trade. In my mind, I'm thinking that the color should be flipped. Like, I know this is red, so it's going down, so we like that. And you'll understand when we see the S&P because it's backwards. But of course, this is the profit area, right? So profit red, stop loss green, but neither here nor there, as long as you understand which way is which, it's cool. That one was a profitable trade. You keep scanning and looking for other opportunities, other opportunities, other opportunities. Okay, so then we have this long. This long is nice. We like this, and this is the right colors. So that was a nice long. We keep scrolling through. And this is a short, which is a nice short, right? That works well. We have another short, which is profitable, which goes well. Keep scrolling. This looks like it gives you probably like one trade a day or so. This goes far in between with no trades. Okay, so this is a long. Okay, the overall is down, but this is a long, and so it got stopped out. And it could have been, there needs to be like a trailing stop loss or something. Like if you get in profit so much, like either break even, says you're in a riskless trade, but you should never let green go red. Like, and then get negative. Like this is once you're in profit, you should be able to lock in and at least break out even, pay the cost of commission. Like you can't make money and then, give money back and then some. Like that's not mathematically correct. This one was a profitable trade. I mean, this took all night. This took from 8 to 2:30 in the morning. There should be, like I said, as long at this point, you should at least break even, into a trade, have one runner, so 17 points. 340 bucks. And yeah, we're shooting for, 100 ticks, but at some point you have to be able to say the system should re-enter. This is going to be your support. If it comes back, take profit. Like you could have took profit multiple times and got into this trade multiple times, opposed to holding on, hanging there, not taking profit, and then, it's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but, as you continue your education and get into trading and seeing, so this is, the goal is $1,000. So from here to here, I think it's like 25 tweaks that it's looking for, right? So 495. So 4,500. No, it's 50 ticks, 100 ticks. So it's $500. 2 contracts gives it 1,000, right? But literally, you could have, 600 here, 440 here, another 680 here, and all of that is equivalent. And heck, then you could have turned around and got back into the trade again, and still, like at the end of the day, this is multiple times that you could have hit this target and been profitable. This time, you got here, you take profit, you wait, you take profit, you wait, you take profit, you wait. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so hey, at the end of the day, it did work. This is a long, and it exited at the end of the session, so that's good. But in actuality, you never want to take a trade at the end of the session. Like there are ample opportunities to get into the market before it closes, that you don't have to do that. If you're trading a combine or you know, one of them evaluations. Like you have to be able to market by 3:15 Central Standard Time. So if this automation is running until the very end, last minute of the hour, like you're gonna fail. So you definitely, there should be parameters to get out of this market, you know, way before. And there are, I think you can change it to get in differently. But like I said, there are ample opportunities to get into the market. And this fractional trader, I don't know what the logistics is for what triggers it. This is a short. Clearly the market's going up, but it triggered a short and that didn't work out. This triggered a long, but of course, because it did not get to the designated, you know, 25, this got to 20, it was close. You know, at the end of the day, you end up at a loss. Like you let green go red, you know, and this happened like twice. Like, okay. Anyways, this is a losing trade. Right direction, profit target is just, you know, you may not be able to get 25 points on every one. You know, if you get 20 points, you should always secure profit. You should be able to scale in and scale out of something. This is another long, great play. The only way you get for that day, you get none the day before. Like literally, there are tons of plays, but it's not picking up, you know, much of anything. This is another long, but because you don't get to 25 points, it doesn't. This is an all or nothing, and when it's nothing and you take a loss, like you're taking a loss of $500. You know, it's great when you gain 500, so yay! But this is a loss, you know, of 500 when, you know, 2 contracts, $1,000. Like, and you were in profit. Like you could have had 13 points. You could have had 275 times 2, you know, whatever that is, 5 something, you know. Clearly, you could have had it. And I'm not a big fan of letting green go red. Even in automation, this one worked out. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. But neither here nor there. This comes up with no trades. I think it like, yeah, that should be something where you can turn on to be a little more often, right? Because we're scrolling through days and there's no trade. And then you have ones where, you know, this is a short, but because you don't get to 25, it clearly stops you out here. And then this one is a long. So this is the NASDAQ, the Fractal trader, and okay, I guess like that's that. We're gonna look at the ES, and the ES has the S&P strategizer. I let this run today for 2 hours, and it came back with $100. And I'm gonna assume this is probably the play, right? Yeah, this is the play because I have one contract and 62.50, so maybe. Okay. So there's my $100, right? But literally, at one point, it was to $350. At $200, you know, maybe you get back $100 because maybe there's a pullback or something like that. But at $250, like take your money and go. Like, why do we have to come back to $100? You spent this trade started at 10:20 and an hour and 25 minutes. You're $100. Yeah, no. Okay. This was supposed to be a long, obviously, you know, green normally means up, buy, long means buy, but clearly the market is going down. Like clearly someone just did not catch the memo that everything was going down. This kind of ranged a little bit, but guess what? It was still going down. Nothing said go up. Maybe a higher time frame. I'm sure it did, but we'll go to 20 minutes because maybe 20 minutes says something different. No, the 20 minutes didn't say anything different. It still says, why are you doing that? This was a short and it broke even. Um, but clearly this long wick let me know that the sellers were not in control, but neither here nor there. Okay, so that happened. That broke even. No money lost, no money gained. This is a short, and it ends up being a break even. This is a long at the end of the session, which is nice. But you already know how I feel. Well, this started at 11, and so that ends at the end of the session. Like, this is long from here. And why on God's green earth are we even? Okay. We're long, but clearly the market's in a short. And so you get stopped out there. Once again, you break even there. This is a long, a nice little support area. You get out at the exit of the session. Not that there is not ample opportunity to trade during the other 6.5 hours. Yeah, the last 30 minutes is always optimal. No, that's sarcasm. Don't do that. Let's see. This shows a long, and clearly the market is going up. Like we can all see it going up, right? And it's not. It's going down. So of course you get stopped out. You know, it's fun. Like you have 26 losers, 41 winners, and 26 of these losers are probably just backwards. Like could have been winners. This was a long that ended up exiting at the close of the session and for a loss, and the opportunity to actually make money was there. It came back through the entry and then, went down. But those little things are things that I find interesting. This closes at the end of session. Like the majority of the time it's wrong. Like just because at the end it comes up right, it does make it right, right? You can trade wrong and still make money. Like this is clearly a short, right? You would have made your money a lot more, but instead this is long and you take a ton of heat. A ton of heat. This should be red. Like this should be a short. This is short. And then you end up breaking even because even though it's short, like it literally, it probably should have been long, and then it started to be short, but you can't really tell. But no money gained, no money lost. Had the short start up here and down because of course it based here or here. That would have been a nice short. And let's continue to go through. This is a long, but for some reason it breaks even instead of having profit. I'm not sure what the profit target is on this S&P, strategizer, because a lot of times you end up breaking even, and this one broke even. It's a short. It broke even though you could have been in profit. It ends up breaking even. So this goes short, and short means like down, but and clearly this is going up. So this is the S&P 500 strategizer. This went short and it stops. So I think it's short off of this green candle and you get stopped out on the red one. But this is, like I said, I was a kid in a candy shop, at Christmas when I went through the email and then I exchanged and I got this and I was already in. Yeah, that's how I feel. I've sent a couple emails because I was going to spend this weekend reviewing it, getting ready, see how it worked in the live market, but the replay didn't work out. And then I just decided that, I would wait. And so I waited, did all of that. And this morning, it still didn't work. I got an email saying that, had to be in the live market, did the live market, it picked up one trade. So I'm waiting on the email back because I did take pictures to send and say, I'm not sure why the system would put you in a buy when clearly the market is selling off. And just like I showed you guys how it's red and no, it was green and the market was going down. So it did the opposite. And so they're supposed to be looking at that. So we'll see how that goes. I'll give you an update and show you how that turns out. And then I'll come back and review it again once hopefully they fix whatever bugs they have. All right. Have a good one.